Good evening. Today on Choosy Day Reviews, we're going to be doing vampires. This is my best friend,
Samantha.
And I am Amy. Today, we are doing Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Darkside, which is clearly about vampires, for she is drinking my blood.
Palm blood isn't that good.
No, it's not. You should go with the one between the thighs if you're sexual, the one between the neck if you're only just meeting, and only on the wrist in case of emergencies and survival systems.
Okay, so today, I know she already said it, we're doing Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Darkside by,
She
Beth.
needs to look at it. I knew it.
Do you know who it's by?
No, I didn't say it. I didn't know who it was.
Exactly.
We forget the authors often. When you read as much as we have.
Okay, I usually don't even know the authors. Beth Fantastic.
So she's almost fantastic. Almost.
Fantastic. Kind of sounds like fantasy. So Beth Fantastic. Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Darkside. And this is the first book. I know there is a second. I'm not sure if she's working on the third. I'm not sure what the second title is. But I know it's about Jessica.
Continue on with the relationship with her vampire. But that is up to that point. Right now, I would like to make one statement. This book is not amazing, but it's not dreadful either. It is a good book to read when you have nothing else to do and you're in that vampire fantasy type mode.
I would say it's better than Twilight.
No, I didn't say it was better than Twilight. I said it's better than it's.
I know, that's why I said I would say it's better than Twilight. I don't want to, refer everything back to Twilight. I'm just saying that I feel that this
Twilight has given a very bad name to vampires, so we need to state.
I feel like this vampire has, I can't even say more of an Anne Rice feel, because this book relies heavily on Romanian vampire traditions, which is, I really liked this book. Let me just say that right now. I really liked this book. As far as writing goes, it's not amazing. It's very simple, very young adult,
very geared towards the teenage public, but
yes.
Not the Twilight just the
yeah. I really appreciated the Romanian aspects in it.
I like the Romanian aspects, and I kind of enjoyed the male protagonist, and then the female, I also like the female, but at the same time it was kind of a hit and miss because I've already read so many girl stories that I was kind of tired at that point. This one didn't make me want to go, but it was just like a little new to it, a little bit of a new twist, not like significant, like it blew my mind, but enough to keep me engaged and entertained and enjoyed it. I read it the second time and it lost a bit of its spark, but once again, good for a review and read when you're just there, kind of bored, needing something to do.
For me, I read this book because a Romanian friend of mine, who's clearly born in America, but she's of Romanian roots, recommended it to me and said you should really read it. This was a long, long time ago, and like I said before, it's not amazing, but I really did like it. Now that I think back on reading it, I love
the interaction.
Not only that, I liked the traditional feel and the dark feel. It was dark.
It was dark. It wasn't that bright, sunshiny, cheerful stuff that Twilight kind of brought up. I have to use Twilight because I know people have seen a lot of it. It
begins with, a rainy
day.
A rainy street, with one street light, right?
A rainy street in the wee hours of the morning, waiting for a school bus, raining with that one blinking light and a dark figure just standing there.
I mean, we have a stalking vampire here. This is what
not stalking. He kind of stalking, but he
stalked her.
He stalked her. Okay, fine.
Okay, and that's what vampires were originally made off of, was stalking their prey, because they're supposed to be animals of prey.
But he has a really good reason for stalking her. Like, I can't state the reason.
I know. I'm just saying that I like it because vampires were originally built off of creepy, stalking. They're
malevolent, uncaring, unfeeling.
They're supposed to be violent.
Yeah, and
they're supposed to want to eat you. You are their food.
Yeah, and you get this. You see his violent vampire aspect. You don't get this. Good evening. I love you. Let's sparkle in the sunlight. No.
I wouldn't call it violent.
But you definitely see his role.
I would call
it
sharp.
Yeah.
I would call him sharp. And not sassy because that's like sort of
kind of
female.
animalistic.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like, blood, delicious, kill someone, and she'll be like, you just killed someone. He's the one starving. Brute.
He's brute. He's not like he's not a gentleman.
He's not a gentleman.
He's very forward.
He's very forward. He has a gentleman-esque quality when he feels like it, but he tends to be animalistic most of the time.
He's like, I think this book is really likable because he's that way.
Yeah, that's what makes him so much fun. He's just like, dude, I don't know if you're gonna kill her or if you're gonna just kiss her because you just feel like it, but I'm curious to see what's gonna happen.
He's like a grump with sharp teeth.
He's a grumpy old man
with
in a teenage body.
Yeah, I mean that's hot. Let's know. Okay, let's talk about her and the plot and.
It's the typical weak, low self-esteem main female protagonist, and she grows through the story through many different variations and other deals she has to deal with between her vampire life and her human life. In some aspects, she was interesting because once again they added a new twist to the story that they don't usually add in vampire stories. So that's what kept me interested. And at the same time, her typical teenage vices that all teenage stories have. Like, you have that popular later girl that's just like, really? So there were some things I'm just like, but it didn't do it horrible enough where I wanted to just throw the book across the room. By the way, I would like to state, throw a book across the room, I utterly despised it. We're going to be doing a review of that one. And I will state my opinion.
Alright, I just want to talk about plot really quick, so.
Well, you keep moving on like that.
I'm sorry.
She's so enthusiastic and impassioned, she can't help it.
Okay, here we go. This is a little bit better. Okay, plot of this book, basically, like we said, it starts on like a rainy day. Jessica, does she?
Yeah, later.
Okay, so I can't say it. Can I?
No.
It's not a big part.
Kind of.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, so starts on a rainy day. She's a high school girl, you know.
Everyday Joe. Where does she live?
I don't remember.
We don't remember the exact location, but she's like farm town.
I was gonna say I think it's Middle America.
Like farm town, USA. Yo, she lives in her house just by herself. Long, expansive road. Has to take the bus to school or she can't make it. Rainy, foggy, one blinking light. Creepy.
Yeah. High school girl, high school problems. They really emphasize the high school problems.
Which is good because it is a young adult novel. They do better than other stories connect with the teenage comprehension of everyday life. Like they don't like, if I'm not popular, life has no meaning. But it does have that, hey, I'm popular. I'm just gonna be so narcissistic and ream your ass, bitch, who tortured me throughout my high school life. Because you'll admit it, every female has had that moment. If they were popular, I would totally take it out on that one girl who was always mean to me and just rip her one end to the other. I never had a girl who bullied me, but I am that type of vicious person. And I'm also, but at least the girls don't deserve it. You all deserve it. But it's, you're a teenager, you're emotional, you're crazy, you want revenge. So it does a really good job emphasizing that on the teenage aspect. You may talk now.
To be honest, I don't know if I emphasized this enough. The points of this book I really enjoyed were when she was looking back at her Romanian roots. I really enjoyed the book more I liked it more towards the end, when we get more of that culture. And
it is fun when you get that story that has delving into your past by bloodline.
You know, there's not just random vampires. Like, there is a story, there is a myth,
reason,
there's a culture. And I really loved it.
And a deal made back in the day that really should have been known about.
Exactly. I like I said, I haven't read the second one, but if the second one takes place where this one left off, it might actually be even more interesting.
Yeah, like if I reread that again, I'll probably get into it again and be pumped and ready for the second one and read that and be like, why is the third one out? But you read it, it's really good. Then you don't have anything, and you'll remember the characters, you'll remember the story, you'll remember the good times we had, and you'll probably read it, and it won't be as fun as it did when you first read it, because you know everything now, but it's still a really good read. There's not many pages. It's only
351 pages,
which isn't much. It's a decent read.
Yeah,
decent read.
It's good
for the avid reader. For the slow ones that tend to take their time and chew their books, it's still a good read.
This is a light-hearted book.
Yeah, lighthearted.
And by lighthearted, I mean don't expect too much.
Like, don't expect to be crying over severe emotional moments, whether they be happy cries or sad
Not
cries.
only that, but I mean don't expect a profound like impact on your life from this book. Don't be looking for a book that you want to touch your soul.
Yeah, this is not the book that after you're done reading, you're still in that world and you need to take a 2-day reprieve from reading to be out of it.
This is like summertime's coming. This is a book you read on the beach.
Yeah.
For fun.
Or on a car ride that you're going someplace. Or, hey, I've read all my books. I have this here, so I'm just going to peruse around that.
Your parents drag you to a cabin and you have nothing to do.
I actually go swimming in the lake at the cabin. You own a cabin.
I know, but I mean, in between that, you read, right?
Yeah. No, actually, no. I sit there and stare at the fire wondering why my family is like this. Why they're sitting there running around with chainsaws. They did that once. They really did.
Scary.
It was, actually. And the really scary part is they were doing it at night. And then there was also tractor races. I'm getting off topic.
Basically, this is a book that it's a filler.
Yeah, it's a filler.
It's a fun filler.
Fun.
You get your hunk.
You get your hunky classic vampire. He does not sparkle. He drinks blood. He is actually vicious, and I don't mean like he's coming across the forest, tearing the forest, going, "I'm a monster."
He also has impeccable taste as well.
Yes, he does.
If I remember correctly.
Yes,
but we're talking about Romania, so a lot of the fashion in here is fun.
Yeah. So, but he is he has no qualms killing.
All right. Shall we move on to the very last part?
Yes. Would you recommend it? And if you would, who would you recommend it to?
I would not recommend this to people like Adrian. People who need a good book all the time.
Yeah.
Who need
constant amazement and fulfillment.
Amazing writing, amazing plot, something to tickle your soul. No. This is not going to tickle your soul.
No.
This is going to tickle your downstairs basement, if anything.
Oh, that took me a second. Naughty.
If anything. It's not even that. I mean, I would recommend this to teenagers.
And this is, like, it's not a romance novel. It's not like, sexy, freaky time. No, it's just like, oh, I want a big, strong, hunky man that will take me away, but it has a demonic side that I'm going to tame. Never tame.
You know who I would recommend this to? Teenagers that have not broken into the over-exaggerated adult romance novels yet.
Yes.
This is your gateway into the adult romance.
The sweet romance.
The ones with what's his face on the front, no shirt. The one with the hair. You guys know who I'm talking
Fabio?
about. Yeah. This is pre-Fabio. This is your gateway to Fabio. Okay?
Everything's pro Fabio now. He's not hot anymore. We know.
I think he's still on covers and stuff though. Like he's still taking pictures. This is pre-Fabio. This is your path to Fabio. This might be a little bit better, actually. This might be your path to something like I'm trying to think. I can't think.
Doubling into your inner nerdy with your history facts and your actual realistic relationships between a man and a woman. This, I'll state my opinions of this book. I would not recommend it to the most pickiest of readers, nor the most, I don't care what I read, because if they don't care, they're not going to be that interested, they're not going to sleep in. But someone who's like, yeah, I'm kind of bored, I need something to do, don't interrupt me.
I'm not.
And I'll be like, oh, you're bored? Well, check this out, it's pretty entertaining, it's pretty good. I will agree with her, it is pre-Fabio. It's going to lead you on to some bigger and better things. I don't mean hormonal-wise, I mean just, this delves into relationships really well. You don't get the beautiful girl who's insecure, but she's actually really pretty and really nice and amazing. And you don't get this sparkling, deadly, sexy guy. You get this girl who, she knows she's smart, she knows she's creative, she loves her family, but she is uncomfortable with her looks, which all females are at any age. And you get this guy who's older than what he is, so he's got this confidence that none average boy has. And
he's kind of a jerk, he's not the typical gentleman.
Yeah, and he's popular, but she's not like, oh, he's popular, I want to date him. She's like, oh, you're one of them, and you act like it, and you treated me in ways I don't want to be treated. You don't talk to me like that. Which is a good role model for girls. I'm sick and tired of these girls that let men treat them like shit. She doesn't let them. She's like, no, you treat me the way I want to be treated, which is a good aspect for women.
You ran away from me in biology, now I want to date you, and you're sparkling skin.
Oh, I thank you, because you smelled so bad.
Let me run away from you for a couple more days, and then come back so you can love me
and then come back
again.
screaming that I want you, and then talk about how dangerous I am, but still stay with you until next book, and then all hell breaks loose and you just don't care. But yeah, good relationship. it's a healthy book for teenagers. No anorexic dieting, no ridiculously low self-esteem, no ridiculously impossible. He has flaws. He has anger issues. He has a temper. He's not always right. She calls him out on it, and I don't think I felt read very few books like that. So I recommend for teenagers because of the psychological relationship and it's good role modeling. And I recommend for people who are just sitting there kind of bored, needing something to do.
I recommend this for mothers or grandmothers who felt that 50 Shades of Grey was way too much for them. This has none of that in it, but it has like the romance aspect. So any moms or grandmas or any even like younger, older, it doesn't matter. Someone who felt like 50 Shades of Grey was way too much.
And anyone who's concerned that there may be any sexual contact and this is too advanced for their babies, it hints. It does not go into detail.
Yeah, there's no.
This is PG, y'all.
There's no clothesless anything.
There's no scantily clad, running around nude, talking very dirtily. It is.
For the most part, we're gonna say PG-13.
If we take out the vampires, it's very Christian, y'all. Alright.
Alright, so for this book, Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Dark Side, we're going to say the council has spoken.
Peace
Bye guys,
out,
next
y'all.
time.